Well, Heidi Ho from Palo Duro Canyon State Park. This is a second visit for us where we hope to do a little better job of checking out some of the hikes and doing some other exploration. We arrived last night, but we really just sort of chilled at campground. I got caught up on a little bit of work. And then this morning, I have done a tremendous amount of work. In fact, I've now completed my workday, and we decided it's time to go head out for a hike. Right now, the wind is playing along, but the wind last night was rocking and rolling.
Yes.
It rained just a little bit, so it left dust everywhere. Not enough. I don't think it's going to be muddy on the trail. It's still really dry here.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're headed out to, let me see if I can get this right. We're headed, you know what? I'll just put it down below because
it's
I think
multiple names.
It's multiple trail names, so they're already down there below. And then we might, if we're feeling good when we get out to sort of an endpoint, we might go ahead and head out to the Lighthouse Trail, which would add about 2 miles out and back, 1 mile each way. So anyway, let's check her out.
Nicknamed the Grand Canyon of Texas, Palo Duro Canyon is the second largest canyon in the U.S., about 120 miles long, up to 20 miles wide, and up to 800 feet deep. The park itself spans over 28,000 acres, and trust us, it's not just empty space. There's color, texture, wildlife, wild weather, and just enough adventure to keep things interesting, and your legs sore. Palo Duro is Spanish for hardwood, named for the many mesquite and juniper trees you'll see as well. We would add this park to the list of many examples of the hardworking Civilian Conservation Corps, or CCC. From 1933 to 1937, 2 CCC companies lived in Palo Duro Canyon. About 400 men, mostly in their late teens or early 20s, built the original park roads, picnic shelters, stone cabins, and even some of the trails still in use today.
Well, we have stopped for a little bit of break in this nice little shelter shack shady spot here, which is about halfway from the original intended loop that we knew we'd be doing. Should be about a 6.1, 6.2 mile loop. But we have decided to add the additional 1 mile out, 1 mile back, 2 miles total. We're guessing, honestly, out to Lighthouse Rock, largely because we've enjoyed the hike so much so far. We've decided along the way that really it sort of feels like a little bit of a mix between Artist Palette at Death Valley, but honestly a little more saturated, naturally saturated. So many pictures people boosted up artificially. And then also Capitol Reef, some definite Capitol Reef vibes with maybe just a little inkling of Bryce Canyon, mostly because of the quartz seams and the lighter color that's in the rock. Anyway, it's been absolutely lovely. We're going to throw our packs back on and get back at her.
Wildlife, you'll see plenty. Wild turkeys, deer, coyotes, bobcats, and the occasional horned lizard who thinks he's the boss. We heard many coyotes in the distance in the early morning hours. We had a turkey walk through our campsite every morning to check things out. We spotted several lizards along the trails and watched a fox casually walk along, not caring that we were even watching. They say birdwatching here is surprisingly awesome. Bring your binoculars or just pretend to know what you are looking at. And yes, there are snakes. Just stay on the trail and don't go poking around where you can't see.
Well, that was an absolutely amazing hike that we thoroughly enjoyed. However, our estimations and guesstimations of the additional distance that we were adding, they were slightly off, and we ended with just under, I do mean just under 9.5 at 9.49 miles. Not sure exactly what the elevation gain was, but I'll put it down here. The hike really wasn't about the elevation gain, other than that one spot with the where the climb up to Lighthouse Rock with really the pretty tremendous views there. So anyway, that's that. It's time for dinner, absolutely a shower, and then we're going to wind down for the evening. Tomorrow I have really quite a bit of work I've got to get caught up on, and then we do hope to sneak in another hike, but we got to see how Alana's shoes shake out. She started to have a few toenail problems, wondering if her feet got bigger or her shoe shrunk. We're not sure yet, but maybe we'll be in for a hike tomorrow. Who knows? Did you know that it rains mud in Texas? Seriously, check out this picture over there where I just covered Alana's face with. That's what Wilma looks like. It's been raining off and on all day, which has been good. It's allowed me to focus on work, and that's behind us now. Actually, when I say rain, it's kind of like been drizzling. It like nothing's gotten wet, but at the same time, when you stand outside, you feel like being sprinkled upon.
Yeah.
So we've geared up to go out for another hike. We hope that we stay dry. I think we're splitting the gap between two forecasted. I'm quoting over Alana's face. Rains. So we'll see how that goes. We are headed out for the Comanche Trail. Should be a real 6.1-ish miles. Let's go check it out.
There are 4 primitive hike and campsites available for backpacking with a first-come, first-served permit. No drinking water available and no open fires, only fuel stoves allowed. And since weather can impact access, always check with the park beforehand.
Well, we have made it to our turnaround point at 3 1/3 miles, so we will end up with a little bit more. I think that's due to us leaving from our campsite instead of the trailhead, is also with us going out to some of the overlooks to take in a little look. I think all those add up just a bit. This hike so far has been really, well, we're very close to the same place, but it's been a very different hike in a lot of different ways. So the soil types are different, the views are obviously different, but also the hiking type. This one started out with, I wouldn't say a lot, but more elevation gain than what we had yesterday. And then the part that didn't have the gain has had quite a few rollers. It's really been quite enjoyable. I would say for Ohioans, we would probably call it moderate, but I think for most of the world, it'd still be an easy trail. Anyway, the sky is changing again. We knew rain was supposed to be coming back, so we got to pick it up and get back to camp.
If hiking or nature isn't your thing, don't worry, as they have other activities and events throughout the year. From painting in the park or a 24-hour bike race to the Texas Outdoor Musical or Shakespeare in the Park shows at their amphitheater.
Well, we wrapped up nice and dry. In fact, it stayed dry. I'm not sure where that rain is. I hope it doesn't come back, in all honesty, but it stayed away long enough to give us time to get our shower, get all cleaned up, even make dinner and do our dishes. And now we're getting ready to sit down, enjoy a whiskey, and chill for the rest of the evening. Now, as far as the hiking here, Alana and I wrapped up with half a marathon in mileage, just about 16.3 miles over our 2-day visit here. But Honestly, we have only scratched the surface of the hiking trails that are around here, and some of them are actually quite long, and I'm not sure if they offer. I'll put down here to clarify or not if they allow backpacking on those trails, but even if they didn't, there's several campgrounds throughout the park, and they're spread out in such a manner and interlinked with the trails that you could always stop off at one of the campgrounds, camp, and then you would have the benefit of flush toilets, showers, and some other amenities that are rarely in companion to backpacking. Now, as for our camping stay here with Wilma, we have been in the Hackberry Campground. Its location throughout the park is sort of in the middle-ish, I would call it, of the main drive that sort of goes up and down. We're specifically in Site 31, which as we've walked around through here, we think is the primo site. And that's because, I'll show you here, we've got an awning that's got shade over top of it. Many of the sites have a similar gazebo type of setup, but a lot of them have lost the roof, and in some cases they've even lost the cross beams. So in our case, we were able to escape the rain and sit out because it was just really very sprinkly through most of the rain time with us. But it would also offer shade if you were here in some of those hotter months. The only real negative that I would say is one, so I guess maybe two I'll point out, is the leveling. The nose dips down quite a bit. So for us and our rig, it was quite a bit. In fact, we maxed out our leveling blocks. But honestly, that's getting a little bit picky. It's also a bit of a walk to the shower house because we're really getting pretty far away from it. And speaking of shower house, it's really, the shower house and bathroom is quite clean. This is flush toilets, and the shower, we've had plenty of hot water. The pressure's a little bit low. Again, we're getting really picky here. It was honestly all very nice during our stay. Well, last night the rain did come back, and it actually rained pretty good all night long. So much so that all the trails are shut down today. So we took a little drive as we started to make our way out of the park. And our last stop here was at the trading post. So if you were camping in the area or you were stopping by, they've got burgers, some other type of, ice cream, some other type of food, as well as your camping, you know, your general camping needs, a whole bunch of shirts and gift items as well. Overall, this has been a really fun visit. It's a place that you could visit for a day, 2 days, up to a week, I think. You wouldn't hit the same hiking trails.
There's still places to go here that we have not seen.
Yeah, there is. And there's also a lot of different activities. While we are hikers, a lot of the trails are multi-use. So you could do equestrian, you could ride a horse, you could also do mountain biking. But they also have dedicated trails for both, which is nice. So if you just don't want to be around the people on your horse, I completely understand. There's some trails for that. And same for you mountain bikers that just want to rip it through the woods and not worry about people being there on foot, then you can have that as well. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for us. The weather is changing yet for the worse. You can see as we've gone on, we've gone from t-shirts to long sleeve shirts to then jackets. There's actually calling our next destination, they're calling for 5 to 7 inches of snow. So we are going to have to do a plan B, and we're not sure where we're headed, but we hope to see you there. Thanks for following along. Bye-bye.
Bye.